starters in the NFL in 2016 and Pro Bowl teammates to boot. It's OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., and Mike Evans.
All right, thank you, Larry. We are on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. (3-0) versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 3rd down, Webb. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Following the interception, Winston. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jason Pierre-Paul. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a play fake to Martin. Here's Winston. Sliding out of the pocket. His throw incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Well, I haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't like a target that size. I mean, that's a big, tall receiver, and somehow he missed him anyway.
Yeah, tempting to just put it out there for him to go get it, but dangerous throw and not on target.
Yeah, sometimes even a receiver with that type of catch radius can't haul them in if they're not accurate.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Just the 1st quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. This is Hunt. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on third down, Webb. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Am I giving away my age when I remember Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie entering the NFL?
No, that doesn't make you old.
No, it doesn't. It makes me feel old. But I'm telling you, when he first hit the league, one of those long corners, a lot of length, they can play the football, had 6 interceptions, tied for second in the NFL in 2016.
And so good they had to name him twice. They'll run it here with Hunt. And it's a fumble.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Here we go now. Detroit!
To throw on second down, here's Webb. And he's got it. And he's brought down. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. First and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Orleans Darkwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Winston rolling to his right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
An update from Denver. The Broncos out to an early lead against the Raiders. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Fresh set of downs here. Webb now from the gun. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They run it again with Martin. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Out of his end zone, Winston. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Here's Beckham. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now Darquan. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. The 30. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
New York set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here's Darkwan. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Out of the gun, it's Webb. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The 4th-year man from LSU, Brad Wing, to punt it away. Back deep for the Bucs, Deshaun Jackson. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. A reminder, later tonight, the Colts, they'll be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. And then Monday night, it's the Redskins getting a 2nd straight night game as they'll head down to Arrowhead to take on KC. We're in October already. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. This one's moving fast.
They start the drive with Martin. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Winston. He finds Humphreys. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Martin. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, Martin. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. Now this is caught by Jackson. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Winston with a give to Martin. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Again, it's Martin. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves his sticks.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bucs on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will knot us up at 10. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And now running right through it. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, Webb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Webb to throw. Webb can't escape as he goes down. Gerald McCoy coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Looking to throw on second down. Webb. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, T.J. Ward. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it in with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Second down, Winston. And his throw is incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. And it'll bring up third down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Throwing, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Beckham, the return. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
On the run, Darkwa. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off play action, it's Webb. Powers ahead at the 45. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Webb. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. A quick hitter complete. It's Shepard, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Webb. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The punter wing is on as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you cross-state to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley, he's got our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. A second quarter score from Carson. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The third quarter starts with a run by Martin. And he powers his way up past the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They run the counter with Martin, and there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
Winston from the gun on third down. Goes underneath to Martin. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And this will be taken at the 13. Oh, nice move. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. They'll run with Darquan. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Webb. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And taken at the 46. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Webb. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, from the safety of our booth, I think it's okay after that run that I call still the name that maybe he's not too crazy about, the muscle hamster.
Yeah, his teammates at Boise State called him that. He doesn't like that, though.
He hates that name.
He told us he prefers, and he told the world he prefers Duggernaut.
It's always tough when you come up with your own nickname.
It doesn't stick.
I hope it works for him, but I have my doubt.
We're going muscle hamster here in the booth. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13.
Ready. Blue lady. We got 3. We got 3.
Jameis to throw it. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Operating from the gun, Webb. And now here's another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll run here with Vereen. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Jackson. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now a run with Martin. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now it's Martin, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Back now in Tampa. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Elsewhere, a third-quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd down and 12. Back near his own goal line, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Brian Anger now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Beckham. needed just one more block. As it stands, 37-yard return. And this offense now with a short field ahead. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a 1st down throw. Webb to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
I'm pretty sure the Giants saw big success for Sterling Shepard coming out of Oklahoma. They could see him in their offense working in the middle of the field and making big catches.
Second only to Michael Thomas last year among rookies in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run again now with Darquan. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Orleans Darquan with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's Martin. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling no pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Winston gives to Martin on the draw. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Folks' kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he powers his way up past the 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll run again with Vereen. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
That's a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Wow, that one took some guts. If this doesn't work, you're handling incredible field position, but this head coach is undaunted, and he makes the call to go for it, and I'll be darned if they don't get the 1st down.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Now Webb. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. What will Webb try to do here after the sack as he brings his guys up 3rd and long? He's back to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
But he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Look at this. It's the former Giant, Robert Ayers. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Now Martin. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down following the run. Martin. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Winston. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. They run. Martin. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bucs, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get another home